failure to make new lows after the lower low, lower high. So we broke lower in NQ, put in a low, bounce, put in a lower high into that overnight low. And then, so I took that long as a failed breakdown. We'll see if it can continue higher or not. But my area was London low 800 area, and we'll see if we can hold. If not, we'll take a stop and then we'll wait to see if we go lower.
Well-timed entry as usual.
See if we can hold in NQ. If not, we'll go lower. ES will fail at this potential breakout attempt.
Yeah, AQ, it doesn't really matter which you use. You can use VWAP bands, you can use volume profile with value area, you can use market profile with value area. It just doesn't matter, my friend. All good tools.
Gold starting to bounce a bit, or holding at least, not bouncing.
Yeah, if we start getting below 41.55, yeah, not going to be looking good.
NVIDIA weak. Some negotiation here, not much happening. If tech can't bounce, then we'll see NQ lower. But
No
ES is
sellers showing up in
acting.
the S&P here, man.
Yeah, ES is acting like it wants new highs. If we can get NQ to bounce, it'll push through.
Gold. Crumbling.
Yeah, I just got stopped out there.
I never trade around VWAP in a rotational environment.
All right. No go. We'll take a
I
stop
saw a
in
little
NQ.
order flow signal there, Chris. I'm gonna fade you with the market direction here.
Do it.
Betrayal.
Betrayal.
Big sell.
The Halo soundboard.
We don't expect anything less from Merit.
That's hilarious. I got NQ coming in finally into my level here that I was looking to buy. So
Big sell.
we shall see if it means anything. It's down here at 24,794.
It's typically your stop when you enter a trade.
I have my bracket order set to 50 points, and right now that I'll just look at whatever the ATRs are, and right now that's 68. So that, I mean,
Selling sucks.
let's see here.
Picking up a bit. See if it could reject back down for you in ES. NQ. See how it reacts here. Yeah.
All right, we have now rotated across the overnight balance, so I'm going to be looking to start scaling out. I do think we can run stops below those lows that I mentioned that I might short at the open. So here we are about to do that now. So I'll look to use that to fuel le PNL. Flush them.
See if the ES gets anything here. It's 78, but we are rotating lower in almost every asset
sell.
right now.
There's the flush. You see that?
Big sell.
Look at the huge delta.
Big sell.
Squirrely.
Yeah, taking out that morning low. Are you talking about the delta in the ES right there?
Yeah.
Big sell.
Okay. Yeah, right as we took out that like 9 o'clock low. Let me stop up here.
Well, should I scale some out, chat?
Look at that. Beautiful.
Big buy. Big sell.
See, it'll probably take out overnight lows here. NQ's failed to hold 800, so the next spot is 650s here. Nvidia's down 6%.
Nvidia's down 6%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Big breakdown.
Big sell.
All right, little buying
NQ,
came in there below
minus
the
two
minus
touch.
2 standard deviation, so I'll scale out of 2/3.
Big buy.
And I don't know. I've ashamedly admitting here, I don't really have a plan for this trade. It was mostly an order flow driven scalp. I saw a bunch of longs get trapped up there at the top, and so I took advantage of it. Now we've got the stop run through the area that I was originally looking for into the open. So, you know, there's quite a bit of selling and momentum here. So I'll hang around for a little bit, but this is just not a big idea trade that I want to be married to here.
You've been trading as long as married. You don't need a plan. You just show up and execute.
Well, Dan, I would have been short way above the opening range, right? Oh, you were talking about something different, not me. My bad. Not everything's about you, Marion.
Typical. All right, so big breakdown. We're moving into that 650 zone in NQ, which is the next area of support
Big
here, below 800. ES has support at 93, 6690s to 6700 area. Just semiconductors bringing down tech.
Big sell.
Oh. Claude in the chat. Fading Chris, 60% of the time, it works every time. Some elite level trolling there, Chris.
Yeah, that's
Takes
fantastic.
one to know one, doesn't it?
That's fantastic.
Fade me today, that's for sure. Buying anything is not the idea.
Listen, I'm okay with 40%. 40%
Heck
winner is
yeah.
kind of tough.
At your risk reward, we'll take it. That's positive expectancy.
Yeah, with that big of a breakdown in NVIDIA, you wonder. I mean, I had NVIDIA really needing to hold that 176 level, and I knew that breaking that was a nail in the coffin. I'm sure we broke that today. I have not looked
Big
at the
sell.
stock, but yeah, 171 it's trading.
Big buy. Big buy.
They're asking if I even take trades. Half of the session, I'm just talking about
Big
scenarios.
sell. Big buy.
And then the other session, I'm just managing
buy.
swings.
Big sell. Big buy.
Offer Sailor, you are obviously not a golfer. I've seen
Big
Chris
buy.
time up a bunch of incredible trades on many, many
buy.
streams, so you have no idea what you're talking
Big
about.
sell.
And that's
Big
actually
buy.
the thing about Chris. You're actually not wrong. He does talk a lot about swings, and he does do a lot less than someone like me. And you know what? It's his style, and it's what he's doing, and it's what he's good at.
Big sell.
All right. I mean, this is quite the extended direct rotation, which is now capitulating.
Big sell.
Yeah,
Big
what's
sell.
NVIDIA doing now?
Big sell.
NVIDIA's just
Big buy.
destroyed.
We're now at yesterday's value area low, so we have traversed the full kind of main area from yesterday.
I'm the wedger. Hey, talk dirty to me. Straight down, people. Look at that. Just ride that short.
Big sell.
That is a liquidation. Nice short in there.
Thank you. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time.
If you're a blind
buy.
squirrel, I think you got 20/20 vision, and you need to get it checked again. I'm gonna take one more shot of gold here as we retest that overnight low down at 41.46.
I'm flat. Thank you. Come again.
Oil all the way. Oil new low.
Big buy.
You're like Jim Cramer with the soundboard over there. You got a little digital soundboard, or you got
Big
the
sell.
buttons.
Oh, Austin's working
Big
it for
sell.
us.
Oh, okay. I
Big
wasn't sure
sell.
if it was you or who.
Big
Oh
sell.
no, it's not me. I can only manage my own hotkeys.
That is. Let's see, how big was that? ATR expansion there, 118 points, followed up by the current candle at 106 in the NQ and 22, then 25 in the ES. The tech trade is over. We're at the midpoint of the prior day right now in the ES.
If there is no pullback, there is no trade.
We're just hammering lower.
Big buy. NQ. -2 touch. Big buy.
Oh,
No,
Sorry.
I'm not in trade. Apparently, I don't trade.
my wife put some lemon wedges in this. I was not expecting that. I was very confused with his water.
Little kick in the morning.
That's all she put in?
There's no telling. If I start acting funny, we'll know why. It's the Quaaludes.
Yeah, there we are, finally getting the
There's the buyers.
Yeah, that's the middle of the prior days range right there. Is 66.78.
Big sell.
Violent bounce.
All right, we've pulled back into 650s, which was next support in NQ. Yeah, pretty big hourly candle down. Big bounce back up now.
You want to share your screen, Chris?
Sure.
I can stop.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything, but sure.
Big buy.
All right, so if we go back to the scenarios since until I talk about,
Big sell.
we are seeing scenario 2.1 in NQ where we fail to hold the most immediate support here at 800, 790s to 800. We've moved down into 640, 650s. Kind of almost back tested this breakout from yesterday, probably 100 points away, but it was almost a back test of that. Now, can we bounce back up? It does now. We do now have resistance at 800 that we will need to reclaim. And then for ES, we pretty much almost back tested yesterday's breakout as well, which is scenario 2.1. Can we bounce, reclaim 6693, which we're attempting to do so now? And then if we can reclaim those breakdown zones and then form some acceptance above, then we can say, okay, that's a pretty nasty failed breakdown and then move back up.
Sell.
But I mean, ES is much, much, much stronger than NQ at the moment. And then we're going to have to see if we can hold up here then to look for higher. If not, continuation lower.
Yeah, the ES, this is just something I would look at. I'm going to pull this over here. So, go to a 15-minute chart, like 222, actually a little further out.
That was a great short. Your day is done, Merritt. Your morning's done.
Yeah, awesome. Basically, top, bottom, tick that. You might be controlling the market over there.
Big buy. Big buy.
All right. What a bounce there. This is what I'd be looking at here, just what we came off of, just to come up. I just want to put in upside, not that I'm in a long, I wish, but basically that overnight low too high is right about where we stopped on the 50% retracement here in the ES. See, I think I'm sharing it. Let me just make sure. And if we were to continue to project higher, I'd have targets at 67, 57. But for me, those, when you get that waterfall, it's kind of hard for me to participate in that if I'm not basically in the short when it begins. It's straight down. It kind of moves without me. That's my style of trading. But so that'll be waiting. A lot of times when we get big moves down like that, I just have to sit and wait, especially after getting stopped out. Keep myself. You don't want to be over trading, and that's just we have I call that a triple ATR. So back to back to back candles are larger than the average true range has been, and that's a pretty volatile open. So much for being a boring holiday session, right, guys?
Yeah.
It looks like a failed breakdown here. At least in ES, NQ still needs to reclaim 800, but ES is doing a good job at that.
I mean, that's the environment, right? That's what's going on here. It's swing long territory, and today the ideal pullback would be into like close to 6650 S&P, like a little deeper. But I've got 6665. I've got 6683. Several levels kind of stacked in there. Development value low for the week is 6672, which is exactly where we bounced from. So there's the reason I'm not making a big deal about some very, very direct thesis here today from a NADRO perspective is because we have all of these stacked reference in at multiple levels. So it's not like super confluent, super clean. Here's a clean line in the sand. It's like, no, there's 5 different spots we could pull back to continue this substantial low being held and move back towards all-time highs.
Big buy.
It's a little bit messy. But that's also why you saw me manage my short the way I did, is because the context that's in the back of my head, like I said pre-market, is pullback for bulls. So I don't want to overstay my welcome on any kind of shorts, no matter what the momentum or tape was like.
It was a big fill breakdown in ES. I think he still has some more to do, but
big buy.
Wow. 30 points plus off that low already.
Mm-hmm.
Just
we can get some acceptance up here to create some tight action.
Beach ball underwater.
Copyright acceptance.
Is it?
Copyright.
All right, gold, do me that favor and hold that overnight low.
I mean, to me, this is just a sign that we want higher. I'm thinking higher time frame.
Agree. I'm going to play gold like a range now at this point, expecting it to get back up to near like 4180 top of the range, bottom of the range being that 4143 level. Indexes, I mean, with this bit strong of a bid, we're looking at, I think we're looking at potentially new highs of the day out of this low.
Yeah, if we can get some back and a little bit of some acceptance, some consolidation up here. Hold the overnight low now and then push up to new highs in ES. That's what I'm interested in, but I have to wait again for another setup.
Yeah. It definitely becomes, you know, when you have these extremely violent moves down and then right back up, you're like, all right, where's the structure to base off of? The only
data in 1 minute, guys.
Yeah.
Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Are we above the open yet? No, we're above the open, the ES. Nasdaq's getting there.
You guys do in the chat? You guys caught that short or bounce back up? Good two-way action.
I guess the market does not care about the news.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, that's right.
Big
Were you?
sell.
I don't know how old you are, Jack. You look fairly young. I don't know if you were trading back in like the '08 crisis.
I mean, on a Scottrade account, but I was a total novice at the time.
Yeah,
Big
I mean, I
in
was
college.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I was trading. I wouldn't exactly say it. But, back then there wasn't anything like what we're doing right now. I was on like blogs.
Big Mike's. Were you over there?
Yeah, I think it was like hotpennystocks.com.
Oh boy. Okay, on the equity side.
Yeah. I think I remember Big Mike's. I first learned about like what options were in 2008.
Big sell.
I followed one guy for a little while when I first. This would have been back in the. This would have been like 2006, 2007. There was a guy. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like 3 stocks on fire.
Yeah.
His name was like Cameron Faust.
Oh yeah, I know Cameron.
Yeah, he
He's still in
used
this
to,
space.
he used to post a bunch of. That was one of my first like. Oh, there's like someone who's sharing pics and information. That was like one of my first forays into that on the internet ever, as I was a freshman in college.
Okay, yeah, I'm 36, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because 08, I would have been like, I don't remember to be honest, like
Big
18
sell.
or 19. As soon as I could open an account in my own name, I did.
Yeah, same. In fact, I actually was too young, and like my parents didn't invest or have accounts like that or anything like that, and but I got my.
Big buy.
I was like, Dad, what's your social security number? Like, I
Nice.
opened up an account. He let me open one in his name, and I was trading that.
And then it was a credit card.
That's right.
All right, I just entered into a little bit of a pullback here in the
Big
NQ.
sell.
See if we can pull this. And otherwise, I think we're just going to another ATR here. This is a 136.5 minute candle. This market is built different here today. We went from super
Big
quiet for the second half of the day. It was just a
Minus
slight
one
grind
touch.
higher. It seems to be like a complete regime change here this morning.
Yeah, we bounced right back up to that 800 area, rejected ES back into 67.18 and rejected
And my stops are gonna have to be cleared up.
nothing here for me for a trade. We need to
Bobby, with regarding CVAs, man, they're integral to what I do in terms of framing context. They're not integral to what I do in terms of scalping. I wasn't leaning on a CVA when I took the short, but I mentioned where we were relative to yesterday's distribution. I'm aware of where we are relative to CVA structure, so they're integral to what I do from a NADRO perspective, understand the narrative of the market.
NQ might go for new lows.
Looking like my goodness.
Don't forget, guys, we're ranging. We've just probed upper and lower extremes of yesterday's main balance. That's literally all that's happened. I know it seems exciting, but it's just the market saying, no, screw you guys. No, screw you guys. And then just meandering in the middle.
If ES can hold 93, then it could be a little bit of a changing character. We can start to hold, push back up, consolidate.
Big buy.
NQ's just so weak. He needs above 800.
That's that NVIDIA. That's what I was talking about this morning. Like the NVIDIA Google thing is really gonna back this. That's driving this action right now.
Down almost 7%.
Big buy.
It's mad. What the question is the money coming out of NVIDIA
Big
big enough to go back into Google? But yeah, just absolute extremes right now.
All right, ES held 93. So potential higher low here.
Volatility here. My guys like to trade holidays? Like, will you trade this Friday or just kind of?
I won't even pull up charts now.
Yeah. Spend time with the family.
Is it it's done a half day, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It is a half day? Okay. So probably nothing's going on. All right, we held so far for a higher low.
Big sell.
Let's see what the 56 is.
Big sell.
As long as that higher low holds, I think we can push back up. What's gold doing?
Hope so. I need
Gold's
a W.
holding. Probably some volatility before Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So
nice
check
long here in the
What's the
NQ. I'm
current
just looking for the
Are you
open
trading
test.
Are we imbalanced slash
see.
trending or rotational? Is VWAP holding?
Thanksgiving will, in terms of trading, will now always remind me of, I'm not very good with time or dates or sense of direction or many other things, but a handful of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I'm just gonna guess, there was a huge crude oil event over Thanksgiving. It was like this crude Volmageddon type thing. I was naked short options over Thanksgiving. So I literally one night I didn't go to sleep Thanksgiving night. Like, we did Thanksgiving dinner, all that stuff. Like, I had to get to the workstation and I traded all night. I didn't go to sleep. That's how crazy things were in the positions that I had to protect and wanted to remain in. So, rather than just getting out of the options, it was nuts.
Was this when that guy blew up selling covered calls in nat gas and it reverberated into the oil market? Was this guy blew some whole fund?
I don't remember the
What year was
details behind, like,
Was
the
it-
whys of the move.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not carrying anything into Thanksgiving this year.
Sitting at the table, not eating your turkey, just thinking about how you can work yourself out of the position.
Big sell.
All right, getting up 15 points here on
Big
gold. I'll
sell.
probably move my stop up below this swing low,
Big
so I
sell.
protect any of these profits. I'm still looking
Big
for the
sell.
top of the range here. I don't know if it'll hit while I'm on stream, but 41. I got targets at 41.76 for my 41.49 entry, and then after I took like a 70-point L.
It was really good.
Earlier.
Multi-hour consolidations, first pullback after the breakout, good higher time frame, higher low. If that low can hold, this can. But I swing trade, so this can. Do you hold things overnight?
I rarely, unless the only thing, if I'm specifically like geared toward the market to swing trade it, it's not going to be the day-to-days that I look at. Like, if I'm trading gold, I might swing trade silver, but if I want to day trade it, I'm not. And that's only if I planned it in advance as a potential swing trade that starts as a day trade. But it's obviously going to be a smaller
Big
position.
sell.
The setup is there for a swing long.
In gold or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as yesterday's breakout holds, this can continue back higher. 4,200. I'm looking at this.
I also just like anything around a contract change. If you get technical moves
All right, guys. So Enki's finally forming a wedge. So you guys can look at my directional setup, which is the consolidation here. It's just the next directional move. So far, we're running at 800. And we really need to get above that to probably sustainably higher. But now, I would say sellers are. We're stuck in on side support at 640s. Resistance at 805, 800-ish. Consolidating. Yes, is doing a little bit of the same, but it is stronger, but it's now starting to consolidate, and that's what you sort of want to see to then set up the next directional move. And if we can continue to hold and create this high low, then we can see higher. If not, we'll probably go make new lows on a breakdown.
Joe, yeah, that was like early, like when COVID was hitting, when oil went negative, if I recall. And you know, the whole thing with oil going negative, it wasn't the front month, right? It was the almost about to expire, barely traded contract. We had already rolled to the next month. And yeah, like it was a big sell-off. I want to say that contract went into what?
Negative 40.
No, it went to like $28 or something was like the low, something like that.
Oh.
But it was the expiring contract that was still, you know, available to be traded. That was the one that went negative. So, you know, it was a big deal. In fact, I had the privilege of speaking on the phone with Mark Fisher recently after that event, and the amount of money those guys made on that negative thing was just mind-boggling. I forget what his little shop was.
8 figures?
60% of the volume that day in that contract or something. Just
well, the issue was everybody apparently that owned the contract had to take delivery, and there was nowhere to deliver it.
Right.
So
exactly. So it's like, I will pay you to take this responsibility of delivery off my hands. That was why it went negative.
Yeah. I started calling up, truckers and like, hey, where can I put, 144 barrels of oil? Do you have any space? I mean, to imagine getting paid $40
Big sell.
a barrel of oil. I don't know if
something that has value.
Tracy.
Yeah, they were full.
What's me love?
This was nice.
Still looking for that bottom though.
When oil was that low, I would just leave my car on all day.
Just to feel alive.
Just to feel alive. It's like, I gotta get this price back up.
All right, we're wedging up here, getting tight.
What was the Arkansas thing specifically? Tracy's tuned in now. She's good.
Oh, okay. Where they store all the oil, I don't know if it's a strategic oil reserve or
the
just,
SPR.
Yeah, they have an old salt mines. It's where they store a lot of oil. As far as what I know.
Hey, Jen. Good to see you here.
Thoughts on CL? My thoughts on CL currently, I think we're in shorts at this point in time. Unless we start creeping back above this most recent swing high at 57.77, the structure's just leading lower, and it's dangerous for me to attempt anything other. And TT this morning was talking about taking out that daily low, and without holding here, if we're back above these lows we broke down of at any point in time moving forward, like sure, but engage below the 57.40 on longs is just dangerous for me. I think we're probably heading down to like 56.50, 56.60 on the higher time frame in CL.
Yeah, I don't think it's Arkansas, Jack, but it's definitely underground salt caverns and 4 main sites along the Texas, Louisiana Gulf Coast.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's just a pipeline I'm thinking of. Strategic.
All right, so the
Big
good
buy.
thing for higher is directionally is we reclaim 90s in ES. We're consolidating back above overnight or London low. So as long as we can continue to hold it here, this becomes acceptance and a failed breakdown. And then later in the day, we can push up higher. NQ needs to reclaim 800, 810s. It's big old resistance.
Just because of the price action, the second half of the day in GC, I'm thinking in the morning, if we, by European session close back above that 4180, that makes me think that, if we repeat what happened yesterday and get that post lunch breakout, we could be seeing breakout of the overnight high up at 4190 basically, and do if we do get new highs in gold, my targets would be 4210s. But I just don't want to stick around that long. Is that Austin Powers?
Yeah, it was. Gold member.
Bear, where are you based out of?
Nashville.
Nashville, nice.
It's a good town.
Yeah, quite the boom going on there.
Yeah, things have slowed down. Things are, you'll see a house go
Big
for
buy.
sale and actually be for sale for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
versus before. I mean, just absolute
You will grow
insanity.
more as a
So
trader from the
it's
things
kind
you
of
do
nice to see
outside
the
of actual trading.
slowdown a little bit.
Yeah, that COVID housing market was quite nuts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Chris, we've got great tacos here. I don't know if you knew that, man.
Shut.
Oh no! Chicago's got great tacos.
Listen, both of you guys, just stop it. Stop
Why
it.
you don't?
LA,
There might be an inside joke I'm not aware of.
LA
You
has
can't
the best
touch
tacos.
LA tacos. We're the taco capital of the world.
Big sell.
Just
Maybe.
one time Merritt said that Nashville had some really good tacos, and I just had to stop him right there. I am from that place.
Maybe hot
have
chicken.
tacos.
Hot chicken. That's definitely our thing here, right?
Big sell.
Chicago's got the best food, though. I mean, if we're talking food, world-class food city right here.
Absolutely.
It's actually a problem that you can order anything you want from Uber Eats and have it at your house in 30 minutes at almost any time of the day.
Сыночек,
I was in
привет.
Milwaukee for a
Скоро
wedding a few
1
weeks ago,
декабря
and
у нас
it's
будет
12 o'clock,
персональ
and I was
в
getting kind
Кауфе.
of
Я же буду
hungry.
выкупать там
And I
отложенные
pulled up,
вещи.
Uber Eats,
Ты
thinking
мне
that
скажи,
it's not a small city. It's
спроси у
got to be
Софии,
something. And it
может
was like
быть, есть что-то из
literally
одежды нужно. Да
Papa
я
John's.
посмотрю и
That was
куплю.
it.
Yeah.
Спроси, что ей
Wait,
хочется.
what?
Вот
You're
так.
telling
Все
me you
равно,
can
как бы,
only
день
order
рождения
Papa
был, и
John's
Новый
at
год скоро,
12 o'clock
Рождество.
in
Спроси.
the
Big
night?
buy.
That or Skyline chili.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Is there any markets that you guys don't trade but like to watch? Like I don't really trade Bitcoin, but I'll watch it.
I trade Bitcoin. but I only trade on the future side, only ES, and NQ. Some gold. I'm just starting to. That's it. I don't look at anything else.
I'm liking this box build and wedge building on the 1 minute and then Q. Really need to give the above that 24,780 though.
Yeah, it's now looking like it.
I know nothing
Big
ER.
sell. Big sell.
I don't know if that's where you are, but I totally agree. Great food in Portland, Maine. Even Tide Oyster Company is one of my favorite little spots up there.
Do I ever go to the Bears game? I'm sorry, I'm just starting to look at the chat. I'm not used to this. You know what? I do go for the tailgates. But now, especially that the Bears are good, for years I grew up watching them lose many games. And I lost my interest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit of a fair weather football fan. Sitting in the cold in 20-degree weather watching your football team lose game after game. It gets old. It gets old. But yeah, actually, I can ride my bike to the stadium. A little bit far for walking, but apparently they're going to move it. So I might as well take advantage of it while it's here. It's going to move to Arlington Heights. Moving it to the burbs is the plan, I believe.
A question here: how do you trade wedges?
Big buy.
So wedges are not just any kind of wedge. I follow a specific trend structure. Whenever we end a 9 EMA lower low, lower high, lower low structure, we'll bounce up typically into the 2050 EMA cloud area, which you see this red thing. We'll put in a swing high, and then we'll create a consolidation. The market consolidates typically most of the time in a wedging structure, because when the market is not in a trending function, meaning lower lows, lower highs, it'll go through a consolidation where we're now inside a swing high and a swing low, aka consolidation, right? Because if we're not in a consolidation, we're trending. And what's a trend? Either high highs, high lows, or lower lows, lower highs. So if we're not in either of those, then we're in a consolidation that's contracting inside a swing high and a swing low. That contraction is typically a wedge. And so the reason I trade a wedge setup, because I see it as I'm trading the market structure on the breakout of that consolidation. When that wedge breaks, if it's part of my plan and part of the scenarios that I note down, then I'll take it. If I'm bearish today, then I'll take a bearish breakdown and look for a trend lower. If I'm not, I'm not bearish on higher time frames, so I can't really engage on the short side, and I will probably miss a short, and that's okay with me. But that's how I trade wedges. I know it sounds, a wedge, when you think of a wedge, you think of like technical analysis 101, but it's context. It's how you, for me, higher time frame analysis, and I just use that to manage risk. That's all it is.
Yeah. One of the things, when I entered this trade, we weren't in a wedge. Now that I'm in this trade, we're in a wedge, and that's just sometimes how it is. But I'll pay attention to, like, if we're looking at my screen, we have this yellow bar that my mouse is over, and I have my crosshairs now, so should be easier for you guys to see. That was at 10:05, so I'll go out 25 minutes, and I call it just a time cycle. 25 minutes later, very close to 30, but I just noticed for whatever reason we move a lot of times in 5-bar sequences. Whether it's a 5-bar sequence, like we're going to be coming up on basically 5 bars of consolidation, and then I'll set another timer for 20 minutes and then individually analyze those segments of time as almost a separate thing. So we'll see. Now that we've gone sideways 1, 2, 3, 4. I consider this to be the 5th bar, since this is the ATR expansion bar where I'm moused over. Right, and that bar, let me see how many points that is. That is a 166.5 minute range, much larger than what we've been seeing, I would say. And so realistically, that's where the base of the beginning of the wedge pattern is. So we need to get outside of that, and that's going to brew and take some time. So if we don't move here in this 25 minutes, like by the end of this 10:30 bar, I'm going to say we're probably going to continue to consolidate and not break out hard for another 25 minutes. So on top of just seeing the overall pattern, I like to pay attention to the time frame of the amount of time we are inside of the pattern as well.
Have you noticed that if we don't have the move within that 25-minute window, outside of just thinking that for the next 25 minutes we'll just continue sideways, but it will actually continue in the direction of the prior trend?
No, I don't really. I wouldn't say I haven't done like enough hard analysis on that to determine like a probability. But that is, something that I guess I should probably pay attention to. But it's almost like clockwork. It's like 25 minutes will end and like the next bar is to move. Or if you have a news event and we don't move, 25 minutes later, it's like we'll go for some reason.
Yeah. Trader H, I have a 2-minute time frame on. Larry, why do I call it a wedge? Because it's a pizza wedge, this pattern. That's all it is. If you guys look back in time, all contractions are wedges. It's just have to look at what time frame you're looking at.
So one of the other things I like to watch here in a wedge, let me pull up I think if I draw a fib here from the low of the day to that most recent high, and where are you drawing?
Pizza comes in slices, sir.
Wow.
Is that a Nashville thing? Not in LA.
Wait, do y'all really call it a wedge?
No.
Oh. I was like,
Can I get a wedge of pizza? I feel like that might be a Detroit thing.
How many wedges? Let me get 3.
A nice steaming wedge of za.
So here in this case of this wedge, like what I'll notice is with this extreme volatility, if I'm looking at the mid or the halfway back of this range, that's right about where my entry is. That's my thesis of this long here. I call this an ATR reversal, which is basically an exhausting bar, like the average range expands that immediately reverses back the other way. What I'll notice is if we immediately break the halfway back, which is what we did on entry, what'll happen is we'll continue to consolidate. And then finally, right before we break out, we'll have a very clean touch of that 50% because those sellers are kind of exhausted. And my theory is that machine programs are coming in and buying the 50. And you can actually see this last bar here at 10:30. It's the same thing. It's that 25 minutes later, post the average range expansion, and its low of that bar is exactly the 50% retracement. So that is something I'll pay attention to, Chris, is if we touch that 50 and it's really accurate, and then you start moving that way, like that's typically the beginning of the breakout. And that very well may be what we have here with a 25-minute cycle post ATR and then the breakout. I mean, it hasn't continued yet, but we are starting to see a little more bids up. My target on this is I think it's right around the open here, if I have that right. But let's see if we can push through and I can finally get something off
Big buy.
that my mama would be proud of.
+1 touch.
Okay, so I got long ES because it's leading. I just realized I had my NQ presets on, so I only have half size. So I'm looking to see if there's a pullback so I can buy more.
Yeah,
but
I like that.
So talking about wedges, the consolidation that we had was a wedge structure. We reclaimed 93. So far the internal structure kept saying, okay, we have a higher low. We're not consolidating. Can we see a move higher from this wedge structure? And so far we are attempting to. I really like the higher time frames. The 4-hour, we saw a pretty big failed breakdown at 93. So I have to try and trade my plan, even though if I take a stop, I take a stop. And I went with ES this time versus NQ, or MES versus MNQ, because it's leading. But let's see if there's a pullback since I only have half size.
For those of you asking for my contact info, I just gave out my Twitter, and my Instagram is actually @trader. If you're on Instagram, I have the @trader handle.
Nice.
Logan, if the wedge is a huge range, then you probably need to go to a higher time frame to understand the wedge structure, and then trade off that higher time frame. Follow the structure on that higher time frame.
My wedge structure is like blue cheese crumbles, bacon, tomato, fresh cracked pepper.
Oh, you're making me hungry.
And a big freaking rib cap, medium rare,
Ooh.
right next to it,
Wow.
and a glass of something red.
Coming to your house for Thanksgiving. All right.
Merritt, PVA daily VWeb created volume profile what? Wait, there was another question. Merritt, hope you're well. In a couple of words, why you dumped footprints? Why you use 3,000 volume for ES instead of 5 or 10 or 1.5 or whatever? Footprint charts can be great. They show you a very, very granular view, right? Very granular view, typically. I guess you could make a huge footprint chart, but most people don't do that. They show a very granular view of what the volume is doing at prices. So for me, I'm very in tune with what the volume is doing with other tools that I'm using, like cumulative delta and just the speed of things and having an understanding of what kind of energies in the market. I have nothing against footprint charts. In fact, I even tried to put one on recently and decided, you know what, I stick with my guns here. I'm not using this thing. And I'm a firm believer in every single chart on your workstation should have a job description. This is big advice for the chat here today. If you have something, an indicator, a chart, something up on your screens, and it doesn't have a job description for your process, you got to get rid of it. I don't care how pretty it is, how much you're some kind of like emotional attachment to it. You got to get rid of it because it's doing nothing but creating confusion, cognitive dissonance, delay, stalling, indecision for you in your trading. So anyways, footprint charts, I just don't need it. I just don't need it. I have good enough timing skills with the tools that I'm using. So that's why I don't use it. Again, just to reiterate one more time, it's a perfectly good tool. You can use it, love it, great, fantastic. The more of a short-term scalper you are, the more applicable it is. And then real quick, the second question. So prior value, daily VWAP versus volume profile created. You only want to use one. You found that if it's a rangy day, both are the same. But for other days, volume profile is superior to the VWAP-based one. I would say market profile is superior to all three. That's the one that I use for all my PVAs. But you're right. On trending days, the downfall of VWAP-based value is that the lagging edge, so on an uptrend day, the lower edge of developing value, it's going to really be lagging, and it's going to end up with, okay, here's the value area low in no man's land with no structure around it, nothing. So you're on the right track. I would, in order of quality, prior value areas, market profile 1, volume profile 2, VWAP based 3.
You need that wedge continuation. So what I would like to see here, now we had that, like I said, right when we touched, and increase the size of this, that last touch, you can see, oh, you can't see it because my position thing is right over it, but that last touch is exactly at the 50% retracement, and it is 25 minutes after, like here's the ATR bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's that fifth bar, it touches that 50% retracement. We immediately pick through highs, and I can even go on a smaller time frame here. And this is where I see this as programmed pullback buying, because it's so technical, like it's exactly that level. And then if you draw from that swing low here to this most recent high, you know, we break out of that wedge. It's also a breakout retest that lines up with, you know, these candle closes. But once again, we come immediately back into that 50% retracement. And right where we are right now in the Nasdaq, that's kind of the make or break. Are we going to continue this or are we failing this? Okay. So, I mean, I normally don't, you know, I don't like to overdraw fibs, but it's just paying attention to the buying pressure on certain these levels. Because if we were to come back down and crack that 61 again, like we did off the open, we're probably going to continue more of a wedge structure. Somebody want to give me the hotkey of how to delete the drawing? Let's see. I'll just remove them all right now. And then redraw.
All right, we have the first higher high, higher low from this wedge breakout. I'm going to move my stop under that higher low in case we fail to, this leads to a failed breakout and we just push back down because of the overall structure or the overall environment for today. But if not, we can continue to see higher. I want to see overnight low, prior day high taken out on this push and then see if we can continue higher.
Okay. You want me, or I don't know how to stop it. There's like a quick button, or can you do it? Okay, you guys got it. I'll let you do it.
See if we can push out. All higher time frames are still telling me higher, so I have to align with that and be okay with some intraday volatility. I just can't be bearish. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, just a visual real quick. This is today's profile. The A's are the first 30-minute bar of the day. The B is the and you know, what is context? Well, context is when we look left. It's when we look to higher time frames. It's when we look at where we're at. And, you know, again, just for the beginners in the room, this is
I completely accept the risk, or I am willing to let go of
balance area in distribution from yesterday. And so, as you can see, there's this little calculated value area from it. And so when we talk about opening up in the middle of this range, earlier in the stream, I talked about probing, you know, this was my short location up at the upper edge, probing this lower edge, which by the way is into this big fat multi-day composite distribution, which is where we found our buyers from. And so nothing's really changed other than, you know, what type of confirmation from a profile perspective have we received today? Well, the buyers have held the now failed breakdown below this balance. They've now, yes, as of yesterday, broke above it. So this little 67.20s, you know, excuse me, you know, whatever the level is, 66.70s is substantial. And so you combine, I'll erase all the drawings real quick because it's getting messy, but you combine two different time frame views. You have this, the edge of this balance, which we opened above. So that's an inflection. You have this balance that we were opening inside of. So that's an inflection. So you could structure hypos from this. If you want to talk about, you know, years ago, like when I did the DMI the other day, right? I haven't done those in years, but I did one just, you know, kind of for kicks. How would I structure hypos based on this? Well, I would say low opportunity open, bullish zone from here. You could fade the edge of this early. You could fade the edge of this early. If we accept below 66.70s down into here, then that is a short opportunity against here to go to this level, the lower edge of this balance. So that would be like, you know, 3 or 4 hypos there, just from this structural type view. So anyways, was getting a lot of questions about profiling and all this kind of stuff. So I just wanted to walk y'all through how I might approach that. Little passive buyer, Chris. Now it looks like the aggressive buyers are hopping in here. Some nice juicy stops are going to be sitting above 6730s in the S&P.
Nice. Talk dirty to me.
This is where I'm like, should I stretch my target higher? How many stops?
How many
big
will you run
stops?
through? Tell me.
How hard? How
many?
hard are we running?
About 3,000 contracts worth. 3,000 contracts, and we'll know that it's been done.
Good job leading with that ES though, Christian. Just that is clearly leading the NQ here today. We're still down over 0.5% in the NQ. ES going unchanged.
It's not moving.
Somebody said the YM was mooning earlier. I have not looked at. I don't really typically trade the YM, but yeah.
Do I see the 67.24 on the hourly? No, that's is that like a level? I don't see anything at 24.
You don't see it, Chris?
Gosh, I don't trade. I don't see.
You don't see it?
What do I do?
You don't see it? You sure about that?
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
There it is. There it is.
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
I seen it. Guys, we got to get the likes up at least for the network.
Tell you what, the Dow looks like it's about to take out the high of the day.
Plus 1 touch.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
New highs.
Oh, here
in
comes
ES.
a ton of buyers. Okay, so there.
Oh yeah, is this that stop
half
we're
of
looking for?
Is this
half
it,
of
Merritt?
them.
Guide us.
Big buy.
All right, I'm moving.
Big sell.
My target up.
One of them.
New high for the ES on the day. We can get a new high on the NQ. Can you guys bid it for me? Hit the bid, chat.
We need Delhi. Buy some more NQ.
Well, that's what's going on right now. That's what the last 3,000 ES contracts have been. That's
That was
Delhi
him, for sure.
adding to his position.
If PAX comes in, that'll be like 30,000.
Section 1256 contracts, bro. What can I tell you?
Sure.
All right, so we're above. Let me share my scenarios again, guys, because that's all I talk about. But they pay me, so why would I not talk about those scenarios? You know. All right. So scenario 2.1 was: could we see a move all the way back down to lower levels? We did. We then
Those 3,000 contracts have now been puked. Just FYI.
Let's ride that.
We've completed the full cycle. Just so you all know, we're done now. Thank you. Continue, Chris.
I don't know what you said, Austin. What was that? Anyways, so we're now going back, the scenario sort of reset once we reclaimed and had a failed breakdown. We're now seeing scenario 1, which is a hold of 67.18 or reclaim and push up into 67.43s. If we can hold up here, then we can see a move up into 67.68. If I don't know if you guys can hear my puppy. We just got a puppy and he's doing some crate training, but
hope he likes tacos.
For NQ, it's lagging, but it did reclaim the 800. So can it now push up into 960s?
Yeah, are we not going to get a puppy appearance? You're going to have a puppy. You gotta. What's the
block
line?
Me out, guys. Let me go get him.
You got a Simba.
That thing. Simba, yeah.
I'm gonna go get him. Block me out.
Austin, can we get some? Can we get some theme music for this moment?
Yeah. Oh man, Lion King's soundtrack. All right. In the meantime, while he's gone, it looks like my Nasdaq's coming into a target. Now I'm using
Take
a
my screen
negative
off.
23% profit target. Oh, here's the pop. You got the pop?
Okay, whatever.
Oh, you're gone. All right. So I got targets in the NQ, 24,877 right now. We're about 10 points below it. So of course I would be completely jinxed if this didn't hit. But my target was the open. I thought I could stretch it a little bit further just because of the speed of that breakout there. That last 5-minute candle at 1040 closed on its highs. Oh my gosh. I'm in love.
Look at that. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Forget about markets. Show them the pop.
So this is Ollie, and then Stella over here.
Nice.
Stella's an Aussie Doodle, and then Ollie's a mix between a Aussie and a Bernedoodle.
Oh, I was about to. Yeah, they got that little.
An Aussie and a Bernedoodle. So
That
it's an
is
Aussie Bernedoodle.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah.
Man.
Right.
Wow.
And,
My brother has a Bernedoodle.
Here's
Great
my
dog.
original baby.
so because it's got the Bernedoodle in it, it'll probably be 40, 50 pounds. Like it'll be like a decent.
It's a mini, so we'll be like 25, 30.
That's awesome, dude.
Come on, push.
Okay, you guys.
We
take it easy.
really came 4 points away from my target. I love that.
I tried to tell you, Jack.
You
The
did.
contracts were released.
Can we push up
Why is
higher?
Jay-
What is the current outlook?
You did.
Are you trading what is? Are
No,
we
we
in balance
literally
slash trending
can't
or
push higher.
rotational? Is VWAP
It's
holding?
impossible right now.
Yeah, get some likes up for the dogs at least, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pump
throw
this
some
for the
L's in
pups.
there.
If you don't pump likes for pups, you're just not living right, you know?
Likes
Big
for
buy.
pups. Oil is
Big sell buy.
basing. Not that I'm going long because I already tried that, but
Am I not going to get filled on this long NES? What's going on here?
what's your target?
The 43, 44 area
NQ plus 1 touch.
for
Yeah,
partials
fine.
at least.
You'll get filled if you put some limited orders
Guys,
in lower.
Big sell. Big sell.
I might actually.
What's
take
going on
yes
here?
if we get down to 19 quarter.
Looks like we won't be having a trend.
I'm buying in
Objectively
with you
identify
now.
my edges.
19 quarter. I got a limit.
We weren't even at 1.5
topped
R.
us. You got up to talk. Your neighbors did like boom, so stuff me, just dunk.
It was Chris was talking. I interrupted to let you guys know. It was that important. I needed to let you guys know that the buying had been completed.
Well, now I know you. Now I know you. Now I know to listen to you.
Yeah.
When Merit says go.
Should have said it louder. I had a puppy in my arms.
Yeah, there was a lot of commotion going on there. And now we go from 4 points, my target, down 100. It's lovely.
I couldn't hear you over the endorphins, man.
we were amped. That might have been the most exciting 3 minutes on the stream.
Yeah, and bummer. Didn't get a chance to take partials.
Come on, fill me. Please fill me. What? Look here. I need to figure out. I've just been staring at Chris on this Zoom the whole day. I need to figure out how to blow up the presenter view so I can actually see what's getting. Chris is just taking up a 24-inch screen. High def was a
You're
great.
just staring at Chris's
Great
face on a
one.
24
Now we
inch
got merit.
monitor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Big buy.
All right. Well, that's
I
what
feel
I
like
get
all
for
in all,
not.
we had a really nice group performance here today. I caught the downside, and you guys caught the bounce. We've pretty much covered the full day's range.
There we go. You got to tell us when to exit though next time. A little louder from the
Yeah.
back. He did. No, he did. I'm just not that familiar with volume. I mean, profile or the market auction theory you're referring to. So hey, I'm learning from you. Wow, just missed my 19 quarter entry though. I wanted to get that in the ES. Nada. I still think we're gonna get back up to those targets, but it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, 4 points away, like, and then 100 points down. It would have been a whole new entry for me, and then I just missed my entry in the ES by a tick. But that seems to be. We'll see where we are. I think we'll be able to defend that low. I actually prefer that we took out that most recent low ever so slightly, the 1035, because we just kind of wicked out there. See if we can push back up and get another wave of Merritt's friends.
Yeah, that was a good partial area. I did not take any off, so we'll have to see if we can bounce from here. But these hourly candles are pretty wild.
Yeah, this is a volatile session
with healthy volume running, around with a lot more volume than yesterday. You know what I mean? Like it's slightly above average.
Yeah, I definitely think we have better action here today than we did yesterday. I mean, yesterday that it's just a chop up or swift move and then a grind. I mean, although yesterday it's a little easier for me. All right. That low needs to hold. I'm gonna move once we get one time cycle out of this gold. My stop's going below that low, that most recent low here at 1050. We got a few more minutes on. I just personally want to say thank you for everybody here watching, the Ninja Trader team, and Christian for setting us up. And before we get off here, because I know we got, I don't know, a couple more minutes left, at least I do. My time slot was coming to a close.
No problem.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, Jack.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Next time I know to listen to you.
Oh, always listen to him. He creates words. He creates a lot of things. Hey guys, I'm Merritt. I create the words that you speak.
That was quick.
That one's funny.